I'm different.
You guys killed my dad and Korea. You think I'm happy to see you, my Jim?
Don't touch me,
Or what?
or I'll touch you back.
Dragon, the Bruce Lee story. The movie begins with young Bruce Lee standing outside a temple on a deserted street. Stone statues line the pathway, their faces twisted and menacing. One statue suddenly comes alive, a masked warrior rising to chase him. Bruce runs back toward the temple, but the massive door slams shut. Cornered in an alley, the demon raises an axe above his head. Just before the blade falls, the nightmare ends. It's Bruce's father who wakes in a cold sweat, rushing to check on his son, sleeping peacefully in bed. Years pass. Bruce's father takes him to meet the legendary kung fu master, Ip Man. The boy throws himself into training, striking the wooden dummy with fierce determination. Ip Man teaches him not just fighting techniques, but philosophy. By 20, Bruce had developed a passion for dancing. At a lantern festival, the celebration shatters when drunken American sailors storm in. One sailor shoves a local man aside and forces himself onto the man's companion. She cries out, but the sailor's friends block anyone from helping. Bruce steps forward. The sailor swings at him and misses completely. Bruce shows them the speed and precision of kung fu. Humiliated, the sailor challenges him again. Bruce takes another strike, and the sailor loses his jacket trying to land a hit. Desperate, he grabs a knife. Bruce disarms him with a hidden chain and sends him crashing onto a table of food. Sirens echo. Bruce escapes into the night. The woman he rescued follows, calling him the Little Dragon. Bruce sneaks back through his window to find his father waiting. The police came looking for him. The injured sailor is in the hospital with a punctured lung, and his family has influence in Hong Kong. Bruce insists he can hide with friends, but his father drags him aside. What he hears next shocks him. His father insists Bruce must leave Hong Kong forever. Bruce dismisses it as superstition, but his father is convinced. A dark presence stalks their family, the same demon from his nightmares. Bruce's older brother died at birth, and his father fears the curse will claim his second son. To protect Bruce, his parents gave him a girl's name and dressed him in feminine clothes, hoping to confuse the demon. They taught him English for the same reason, but nothing worked. The shadow is still drawing closer. Since Bruce loves American films and fast cars, his father proposes sending him to the United States. Bruce was born in San Francisco during his parents' tour, which means he can live there legally. His father has saved enough money. Bruce doesn't know how to respond. Bruce boards a ship bound for America, filled with excitement. On the journey, he shows a fellow passenger a poster of James Dean. But the man, a history teacher, dismisses his dreams. Chinese immigrants are treated as second-class citizens, many dying in brutal railroad jobs. Bruce believes in his future anyway. Reality hits hard at the San Francisco docks. To survive, he takes a job washing dishes in a Chinese restaurant for almost nothing. Only the bright smile of waitress April lightens his days. The cook, Mr. Ho, hates the flirting and makes Bruce's work harder. The restaurant owner, Miss Yan, eventually steps in, ordering both men back to work. Despite long hours and little pay, Bruce never abandons his training. He spends every spare moment improving his English. But whenever April knocks, he puts everything aside. Their growing romance drives Mr. Ho into rage. Humiliated, Ho grabs a knife and lunges at Bruce. Bruce defends himself, but the other workers side with the cook. They throw him out the back door into a dark alley, where 4 more cooks armed with cleavers rush after him. Bruce climbs the steel scaffolding and uses his agility to knock them down one by one. Back on the ground, Ho slashes Bruce, leaving a painful cut. The injury only fuels his determination. He disarms Ho with speed and precision. When he has the chance to finish him, he chooses mercy instead. Miss Yang arrives, furious to find her staff abandoning their work. She sends everyone back inside, then calls Bruce aside. She hands him his wages and offers a loan. Speaking in a soft, almost seductive tone, she suggests he spend it on April, take her shopping, rent a hotel room, enjoy himself. After wasting it all, he'll be tied to her restaurant for life, working off the debt until old age. April will eventually lose interest in a lowly dishwasher. But there's another choice. Invest that money in education. Bruce rushes into his new life as a philosophy student. He spends hours in the gym. One day, a regular named Joe refuses to let him finish his workout, making racist remarks. Bruce challenges Joe to a fight. A series of precise strikes drops Joe and his friends to the ground. On the way out, Joe's friends Benny and Ted ask him to teach them kung fu. Bruce agrees and soon has his own small class. During one session, a young woman named Linda approaches, wanting to join. At the next practice, Bruce calls her out for sparring, only to be flipped to the ground. He uses the position to flirt and wins her agreement to go on a date. That evening, they meet at a high-class restaurant, but the host denies them a table. They sit at the bar instead. New customers keep getting seated, while Bruce and Linda are ignored. Bruce chooses wisdom over anger, taking Linda to a Chinese restaurant instead. On another day, they see breakfast at Tiffany's. Bruce feels nothing but discomfort watching a caricature of an Asian character. Linda notices his pain and suggests they leave. Outside, they share their first kiss. Bruce leads Linda into an abandoned studio. He tells her this will be his Institute of Martial Arts. His Kung Fu Institute grows every day, and she trains beside him. One day during class, Bruce has a vision. The masked warrior appears. Its overwhelming strength throws him to the ground. Bruce asks when Linda will introduce him to her mother. Finally, Linda agrees to take him to meet Vivian. The visit seems warm at first, but Vivian bluntly warns that mixed children would never be accepted in either East or West. Bruce burns himself with hot tea and storms out. Linda runs into the pouring rain, chasing after him. Bruce picks her up on his motorcycle, and together, they ride away. The couple marries. A boy named Jerome arrives at their institute, hoping to learn. One day, Jerome brings a grim message. Bruce attends a meeting with local martial arts masters who are furious he teaches kung fu to anyone, regardless of race. They warn that if he doesn't obey, the matter will be settled with fists. Bruce steps into the arena with Jerome as his second. The masters send out their champion, Johnny. Bruce lands sharp strikes, but Johnny counters with ferocity, even clawing Bruce's chest. Bruce throws Johnny to the ground and unleashes a storm of blows. Johnny is forced to surrender, but as Bruce turns to leave, Johnny lashes out with a vicious kick to his back. Bruce collapses in agony. At the hospital, doctors strap his body into a machine that stretches his injured spine. Linda stands at his side, but Bruce pushes her away emotionally. Linda refuses to abandon him. She returns with a notebook, ready to write down his ideas. The turning point comes when she tells him she's pregnant. Bruce lets go of his despair and begins dictating his vision. Together, they shape Jeet Kune Do while he endures painful rehabilitation. Months later, his son, Brandon, is born. When Linda asks if he wants to hold his child, Bruce stuns her by standing up on his own for the first time in 9 months. Linda's mother arrives to see her grandson. The moment Vivian holds the baby, all her prejudice fades. When Bruce makes a public appearance at a karate championship, the audience boos him. To silence the doubt, Bruce declares he can defeat anyone in under 60 seconds. From the crowd steps Johnny, ready for revenge. Bruce enters the ring, slipping past every strike. When Johnny slams his foot into Bruce's weakened back, Bruce pushes through the pain and delivers a crushing blow that sends Johnny flying out of the ring. The crowd explodes in applause. Television producer Bill Krieger invites Bruce onto the set of The Green Hornet. When the cameras roll, his speed and charisma leave the crew stunned. At Bill's party, Linda shares she's pregnant again, But Bill returns with grim news. The network is canceling the show. Then, devastating news arrives. Bruce's father has died. He rushes back to Hong Kong for the funeral. Bruce visits Ip Man, who warns that Bruce must win the battle against his inner demon before it touches his son. Producer Philip Ton reveals Bruce's character has become wildly popular in Hong Kong. Bruce travels to Thailand for filming The Big Boss. On set, Johnny's brother appears, demanding revenge, and launches a savage attack. The crew keeps cameras rolling, thinking it's part of the movie. Bruce narrowly escapes death multiple times before driving Johnny's brother into the mud. When Bruce realizes the cameras captured everything, he tears the film apart. Bruce returns to Hong Kong. They attend the premiere of The Big Boss. After an eerie silence, the hall erupts with thunderous applause. People lift him onto their shoulders. Bill arrives with a bold proposal. Enter the Dragon, a Hollywood production. Linda insists on moving the family to America. Bruce admits the American dream died for him, but realizes Hollywood could solve both problems. During filming Enter the Dragon in a scene with mirrors, Bruce has another vision. The masked demon appears, attacking from all sides. Then Brandon appears in the vision. The demon turns to his son. Bruce forces himself to rise, stepping between them. He seizes Nunchaku and unleashes his fury, wrapping the chain around the demon's neck. He has finally conquered the fear that haunted him since childhood. Bruce takes time with his family. Soon, it's time for the final scene. He kisses Linda goodbye before stepping onto the stage one last time. The film becomes a massive success, but Bruce never lives to see it. 3 weeks before its premiere, he passes away suddenly. In Hong Kong, more than 25,000 mourners gather to honor the little dragon who changed the world. Thanks for watching till the end. Your support keeps us going and helps us bring more awesome stories to life. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and stay tuned for the next movie on Addict Recap.